On a recent afternoon, representatives from Let's Grow Kids, Vermont's leading childcare advocacy organization, visited the historic Plymouth Schoolhouse to celebrate Act 76, the state legislation passed last year. Act 76 aims to expand access to affordable, high-quality childcare for families across the state. The new law was passed as a response to the growing need for childcare support, especially in rural communities like Plymouth. We stopped by to hear from Allie Richards, the CEO of Let's Go Kids, and Lauren Skaskiw, program owner of the Plymouth Schoolhouse and director for the Community Center, where the program is housed.
What we see here in Plymouth Schoolhouse is so cool for so many reasons, right? It was an elementary school that closed, and it's a really small building, as you can see. It was a tiny elementary school, and even that closed because of low enrollment. And so then they're like, how do we repurpose this for the community? The Historical Society is here. They had some other purposes, and they said, hey, what our community really needs is childcare. How can we connect these dots? So here we are in a school that they could not sustain as an elementary school with childcare expanding, and that's amazing. Again, what we do best in Vermont, I think, is problem solve. So when you get down to it, what does your community need? You sort of identify the top priorities and you make it happen with the resources that you have. So this is what is so exciting, again, about Act 76, putting enough money in the system to actually let those opportunities happen, just like right here in Plymouth.
This was originally the Plymouth Elementary School, constructed in the 60s. Closed about a dozen years ago to low enrollment, and it sat vacant for a while until the town decided to turn it into a community center, at which time Terry Bascom became the community center director and started to think of ways to fill the classrooms that best serve the community. And what's so special about this space is we also have a resident artist who adorns the walls with these beautiful pieces. And this is one of my favorites. This owl came onto the building when we shifted more into a childcare here. And Willow now has also donated beautiful pieces that are in our butterfly room from her published book of an ABC book. So we are very lucky to have such strong community support from the town of Plymouth to serve our young families. So what we created in the butterfly room are pieces displayed, but then a world map where you can go and see where these pieces are inspired from, and info cards of information about the different art pieces. Now we are inside of the building where the Historical Society is in that front room, and they operate on Sundays from 2 to 4. The original classroom space is this room. Come on in. And so this room is better suited for the young ones because we have the blackout curtains for nap time, because nap time is very important in our world.
Well, we have such a need for childcare in this state and this country, and we finally have come together in Vermont and passed Act 76, which is a historic childcare bill that actually puts sustainable revenue into the system. So finally we can start meeting the need for Vermonters. So 3 out of 5 kids in Vermont, across Vermont, including areas like Plymouth, who needed childcare did not have access. And then all of a sudden you see this amazing community program here. It is actually bringing the people together, meeting the need. A leader like Lauren, who runs this place, she's been making it work somehow, and now she can finally expand, have more families. She sees such a huge impact of that. So any childcare we can build, we're building it as a community, as a team, with all these different partners, and it's really gratifying to see that.
So this is my daughter Ayla. She'll be 3 in December, and then my other daughter Sadie is right over there. She'll be 1 in December. So I want to say Ayla was actually like the first full-time student.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So she's been coming here for like almost 2 years at this point. And this is like the only place I've trusted her being, besides with like grandparents. She's getting essentially like a preschool experience here, which is very cool. And then like from the age of Sadie up to like potentially the next couple of years for her, just like that offering in one, I can't really think of anywhere else where that's possible.
The Act 76 was historic and actually makes Vermont the most expansive childcare system in the country. And that's something we're really proud of. And actually we're helping to accelerate efforts in other places around the United States because of our success. But we know it's not the solution fully. What it showed was that doing this is within our reach, and it took us a huge mile forward. What we need to do is just finish the job, make sure it's working, make sure the money is going to the Vermonters that should be getting it. So that's families who are eligible for affordable access to childcare now. Thousands more Vermont families. So sign up, see if you're eligible, right? Because we actually just saw the last biggest expansion in the beginning of October. There should be thousands more Vermont families who can now have tuition assistance to help them pay for childcare. So it's not all done though. Not every Vermont family is paying 10% or less of their income on childcare, and not every early educator is making the full professional wage that they deserve. We're seeing progress, wages going up, spaces being created. It's all good, but we got to keep our focus because this one's worth it. What we're seeing here is when you get this right, it just is a game changer for community, for families who can be in jobs, for the kids in their development, for the employers who can hire. So it's a pretty amazing thing for our economy and our kids.
This room is outfitted well for the younger children, and we mindfully purchase our pieces from Community Playthings because as a company, they are very high quality.
Yeah, non-toxic.
It's non-toxic, beautiful wood furniture that comes with instructions on how to refinish it because it's meant to last for decades. There's nothing like having grant money that makes it easier to spend the good money on good pieces. And for example, I had somebody in their 70s working for me this summer, and having a changing table with chairs that come down is very helpful because then she's not bending over and hurting herself. And the kids thought it was so much fun to climb up to get their diapers changed. But it's an investment. To spend $2,000 on this without grant money would have been a real hardship. I've always loved creating classroom spaces. It's one of my favorite things to do in the field of education, and given the freedom to open up a second classroom has been such a fun task and challenge. And having twins of my own that share the experience of being here definitely takes it to a different level, because not only do I want them to have the best experience here, getting to share this time with them is really special. This is Landon and Logan.
Hi, Logan.
You say hi. Beautiful collection, yeah. I mean, and there's all of the babysitter clubs, and there's some amazing collections from way back.
The books were here?
Yeah, these are all. They still have the library cards in the back of them.
That is really cool.
Yeah. Early education is very special, and we really strive to make every day unique and educational, and the support from the state allows us to take that to the next level. So I'm really grateful.
This is why I love living in Vermont, right here, Plymouth, like the community, everyone who's here, from the artists to the directors, the families, friends who came out to support your friends, legislators, former legislators, you know, oh my goodness, this is it. I mean, this is it. Plymouth needs this.
In our community, we are one of the very few school districts that have not dropped in enrollment. And one of the reasons why we have not dropped in enrollment in the last 6 years is because so many people have invested in childcare in our area. So as new families are attracted to Vermont, they've been attracted to here because of early childcare. So this is such a great developer of new communities, an addition to communities, and just to help our state. So
Thank you.
I would just say that working families seem to be disappearing from the landscape a little bit, and this is the solution. And I think most communities would be really envious to have this in their town. So thank you.
Thank you.
right.
Parents and early educators, all the community members, legislators, thank you so much. Really, Lauren, this is a fantastic community sort of success. So thank you, and let's keep it up and finish the job. Thank you. Thank you. What we're seeing is, since this bill passed last year, a little over a year, we're seeing a remarkable amount of progress in a short amount of time. And so we are seeing 1,000 new childcare spaces opening up, some in totally new programs, some in expanded programs, since this passed a little over a year ago. We also have 39 new family childcare homes. So that's someone opening up a childcare business out of their home. This is a real solution for young kids, for rural parts of Vermont. That's huge, 39 new businesses. It's pretty amazing to see. This is Vermont at its finest.